Welcome back to the Three Bourboniers. This week we have Old Forester 1924.
No way.
And before we get into it, we need to
this?
give one of our Patreon homies a huge shout out. Aaron Decker found this bottle, reached out to us, and was like, "Do you guys want one?" And we went, "Of course."
Absolutely. How much?
And at retail.
At retail. And I kind of need to reach out to him. I think he paid for shipping on it. I don't think he charges for shipping. It was
Dude,
$15.
No.
So absolute goat.
The greatest of all
Aaron,
time.
we love you, buddy. Thank you.
Round of applause in the chat.
In the chat.
Stud.
That being said, Michelle.
All right, we got an Old Forester product here,
Yeah, they know that.
and it's their 10-year, their first in the series. Mash bill is 79% corn, 11% rye, 10% malted barley. MSRP 115, 120 on this. So people are saying, oh, Eagle Rare is only $36. Okay, well, this is an Eagle Rare. So decent proofing on it. It's 100 proof. So, you got some good proof, got some good age. It kind of carries the whole package. Heard mixed reviews on it that maybe it's not worth the price. Maybe it is. We've been really wanting to try this for a long time. Hasn't been up north this far. So, again, thank you, Aaron, for sending us this.
Thank you,
We
buddy.
don't see it.
Bound Froman.
Braun Froman.
Making a comeback.
Braun
Freeman.
Froman.
Beautiful bottle, by the way. I think
Yes.
this is my favorite label out of
purple-
all of them. The
purple
purple with
gold.
the gold. It's just, it's a gorgeous look. So
Normally not cool colors, right? Vikings suck,
No.
but in this case it looks good.
it looks like royalty.
It's
you know?
supposed to be added to their Whiskey Row series, which it is.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
so my question is this expected to sit on the shelf next to 1910, 1920? Because it is nowhere. So, and people aren't buying it that crazily. So I don't know if it was just an experiment.
Right.
Maybe it was just see
So-
if people like it. And
The other thing I was going to ask you too, so this was originally a 2024 release, right? I think
Yeah.
you said that, but this
Yeah.
bottle in particular, this release that we got came out in 2025, right?
Yeah.
It came out very early on and we happened to pick
yeah,
one
it's
up. So
consistently releasing.
okay, so this one could land on our best of 2025 list, I think.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about it, but I think this could be a
Just-
candidate.
It's definitely a candidate.
It's crazy because that seems so far away, but before you know it, we'll be like, "Hey,
Preparing for
here's the
the
5 that we scored."
Welcome back to the Bourboniers. Here's our top of 2020.
Right. Holy,
No, I'm good.
Holy Braun Froman.
smokes.
I'll give you a little more.
That pours for Mitch.
That pours for Mitch,
Yes.
if you like that.
Ooh,
Holy
hello.
smokes.
That's sweet. That is brown sugar if I've ever smelt it.
Burnt brown sugar.
Yeah.
Dense. There's
that's
like a
caramel.
fog coming out of the glass.
Yes.
Caramel mou latte from Dairy Queen. If you know, you know.
That is a old throwback.
Do those even exist anymore?
2006 in your mom's car. Well, no, we were driving.
Do they still make mou lattes?
Just starting to.
2004 in your mom's car.
I'm depressed. I haven't been to Dairy Queen in a year. What's wrong with me?
I don't believe you.
No, I was there yesterday.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's like a musty basement though. A dense,
smells good.
Like a moldy basement
It is.
in a good way.
It is dense.
It's got that Old Forester funk on it. The little dusty bottle.
I'm with Mitch though. I think it's mainly burnt brown sugar.
Yeah, I
Very,
can't,
very
I'm trying to
dark.
fight past that, and I'm struggling a bit. Maybe a little cherry, like a cherry covered in caramel.
Like a hint of cherry on the back end of the nose.
Okay, I'm getting there is a light on the tail end. Something floral happening.
Oh, I could dig that. Yeah, like a little
I don't know why
herbaceous.
my brain went to pine tree sap or something
Getting like a gin
Interesting.
esque from it.
yeah.
What did you say the mash bill was? How much rye is in there?
I think 11%.
Oh, okay, so
Maybe it's
very low rye.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check though. Yep, 11% rye, 79% corn. So
Okay.
Okay, it's
it's sweet.
I got to
it
dive
makes
into
sense.
this. I can't.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
let's,
it.
you can only know this for so long. Right?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh, bready.
It is bready. That's funny.
I was expecting more sweetness up front. That's very
Burnt bread.
yeah, like buttery,
Yeah.
You're like, oh crap, it's in the oven. You pull it out and you're like, oh no.
burnt garlic bread. Yeah,
I'll talk about the nose coming through on the palate.
yeah. No, it delivers pretty spot on.
Almost identical.
I'm almost getting like toasted vibes from it.
I think in a way,
like that.
like a double oak vibe.
Yeah.
kind
Well,
of thing.
that 10-year age must be like just bringing out the oakiness.
Yeah.
It's very oaky.
It's not very bitter either. Honestly, I mean, it's there.
No,
There's
I
some
don't think
bitterness,
it's,
but like
it's barely there though.
it's like on the back end of the tongue.
So the finish actually is medium to maybe longer, but it's very subtle. If you sit there, it just
Yeah.
kind of goes.
It like slowly tapers off. It's not like a shelf that just falls.
But it's also not going
just
long
like-
finish where you're like, holy crap, I can, it's just kind of even keel.
I feel like this drink's
Then
above 100.
then you know it's
too.
here.
Yeah,
This tastes like 110 or so,
I
something
agree.
like that. Like
I think it drinks a little bit above its
I mean,
proof.
we
I
did
think
just crack it.
I think there's like some cracked, like white, dark pepper, something in there, like a cracked pepper
Ooh, I
of some
think
kind
it's-
in there. I don't really get too much sweet on the palate.
No.
It's like the only thing that doesn't carry through
No.
from the nose is the sweetness. Like it's not a sweet whiskey at all to me.
So that burnt char thing is up front, the first thing
Yeah.
you get. But then if you cut through that, there's all this other stuff happening.
It's like the charcoaliness. Like you get that
Yep.
on the first wave. But yeah, that middle is really enjoyable. That like nice soft oak, non-bitter.
Yeah.
Maybe a light hint of cherry. It's not overly sweet,
Yeah.
but it's just pleasant. I don't even know how to.
It honestly reminds me of a little lesser potent birthday bourbon in a way.
Right.
Like it's got that just really like good oak presence to it that birthday
is.
bourbons always have. The nose isn't
Yeah.
quite there, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's like overly complex
No,
by any
no.
means. Like it does a
Yeah,
couple
it's
of
pretty
things. It's
simple.
like,
Yeah.
I mean, if there's anything sweet, it's brown sugar. Other than that, it's just pepper, maybe a little brown sugar, a little oakiness. That's about
So
it.
fourth, fifth, sixth sip, whatever I'm on, there's like a cola aspect to it on the back end. If you sit there with it for a little bit, it kind of tingles like you have a carbonated, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi.
I agree. No, definitely. Like
And some of that sweetness is coming through after it finishes, like that leftover flavor.
I'm starting to get a little more sweetness, like you say, on the back end.
Yeah.
As like I've done my third or fourth sip now.
Little
all right.
molasses-y soda syrup thing.
$115, $120. Relatively hard to find.
Pretty hard to find.
Try by tonight.
Let's do it.
I don't really know what I'm going to say, but yeah, let's go. I'm torn right now,
I'm gonna go first.
to be
All
honest.
right, good. I'm glad somebody's got their mind made up because I'm on the fence.
So, this nose is incredible. It is fantastic.
Yeah.
It is burnt caramel, cinnamon, brown sugar on like a popsicle stick that's been charred, and you like eat it off that. I don't know how to, like, that's what I get.
All right, no, I'm digging that. That's accurate. So,
The palate's falling through a little bit for me.
ooh. So the nose was like, ooh,
Yeah,
I'm
the
impressed.
nose is
and then
excellent.
the palate kind of dropped the
It's
floor.
not a bad palate, but I'm gonna be totally transparent here. For 120, 130 bucks, like, you got to come to play. And I think we sometimes forget that with all the bourbons and whiskeys we try. I'm gonna be a try on this.
Okay.
I'm not leaving it as a deny, and I'm not saying I wouldn't buy it. I want to see how it opens up, and I want to see how
Yeah.
this compares to other things we find in
See if it gets
2025.
sweeter.
Yeah.
But right now, like, that first sip with how, like, the finish is kind of medium, but it fell off quick for me.
It's fair.
And it got me nervous because I'm getting a ton of that char, and then beyond that, there's some other things I'm trying really hard to pick out, but I don't like that. Like, I was reaching when we were reviewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah. You're
I don't like reaching. I
you're
like being
really-
like, that's a buy.
It should
You know what
be
I mean?
like a no-brainer. Like, oh yeah, there's that
Yes.
flavor and there's that. And
So, but doesn't mean I want to come back to this. I want to keep kind of visiting this.
Yeah.
And
It's good enough to tickle your fancy for a little bit.
Yep.
Something to revisit.
and last thing, here's what I'm judging on. At your house the other day, we had the single barrel bourbon and the single
Oh,
barrel
yeah, the
rye.
Old Forester, yeah, the barrel-proof
I
bourbon
mean,
and the barrel
as of now, I would take those two over this any day of the week.
Ooh, yeah, that's something to think about.
So,
and they're cheaper.
and they're cheaper.
Yeah.
So,
So
I can go.
you want to go? All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. You stole a lot of the, took the words right out of my mouth, basically. I want to see how this one opens up. I'm not writing it off yet. I do think that it is, right now, it's not a very complex whiskey at all. Like, it does a couple of things. It does them, I think, pretty well.
Right.
I'm actually opposite on one thing of you though. I think that the nose is actually a little bit lackluster. For me, the palate was better than the nose. So actually, I enjoyed the palate a little bit more.
Swapped.
Yeah, so that's the only difference I had from Ethan. Other than that, everything that you said I think is true. And I mean, yeah, I would consider trying it at a bar. I want to see what one tastes like with about a third of it gone before I can really like make up my decision on this or make up my mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. So I'm actively comparing this to the other Whiskey Row Series bottles. You know, you got 1920, which is a legend, both around like 60, 50 bucks. Available everywhere. You know, if this was available everywhere and it was like $80, oh my goodness. Like, yeah, in my opinion, this comes to bat against 1910, 1920. It could be the best of the Whiskey Row Series, like you guys have said. I think it needs to open up a bit. I think it's just a little, it's drinking at like 110. So I think it's kind of like over ethanol-y right now, maybe after it opens up a bit. That being said, I think I'm going to be a buy on it.
Wow.
It's not
Money
like,
bags, Mitch.
No
it's
trifecta.
not like a buy and back up type excitement buy, but I think you know, if you see this, I think it's worth having one on your shelf, trying it. My hope is that this is more readily available like the other bottles. I do think the price is too high. I think it should be 100. You know, I don't know what goes into this though. I don't know, you know, the back end of it at Old Forester or where the expense is coming from, but it seems to me the jump from their 1910 at $50-$60 to this at 120, double the price seems like a bit excessive. I don't know, but what do I know? I'm just some guy that's drinking whiskey. Like,
Hey, you're a buy. That's all we know. You're a buy.
yes.
All right, I think that's going to do it. Thanks for stopping by. Have you guys been able to find 1924? Did you find it in 2025, or did you actually find it last year? And what did you think of it? Is it the best of the Whiskey Row series? How does it compare to things like Birthday Bourbon and then also single barrels and barrel proof ryes, right? Those are the big kind of competitors for this one.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm excited to see this revisited in a blind with 4 other bottles
yes.
from 2025.
Oh,
It
definitely.
will happen.
Yes.
This one has to go in there for sure. Don't forget, we do have a Patreon. Stop over there. It's $5. It helps the channel out big time. Really great group of brothers over there who talk whiskey, and that's actually how we scored this one. So a lot of trades going on over there, and just a lot of pickups and pictures and stuff. So it's a cool community. Go check it out. Drop a comment, give us a like, and go ahead and subscribe if you like what you saw. That'll do it.
All for one and one for all.
Cheers.
All right, just film and like I'm gonna do it when I'm ready.
All right, go for it. Into your mouth first, and then swirl it around the top.